Hi my lovelies, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to share with you my hopes, my plans for 2020. The whole idea is to put it out there, my goals for the year, and hopefully by doing that I can achieve them. I want to share my beauty goals, my way going forward in spending in the year 2020, as well as personal and professional plans and goals. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Angela. My friends call me Ange. I like to upload videos that relate to makeup, skincare, and all sorts of things that bring joy to my life as a mature, over 50-year-old woman. If that sounds like you and you would like to join me on my journey, please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below. I would truly appreciate it. I upload videos weekly, and I'm planning on doing a few more of these little videos. They're more as a get to know me video. I wanted to put this out so that by speaking my plans out loud, hopefully I have goals and I can stick to them, and sharing them with you, because I've made some really lovely friends through my channel. Okay, so starting with my beauty sort of projection of where I want to see myself this year. I want to spend less money on every new eyeshadow palette that comes out. I am the world's worst at being enticed by eyeshadow palettes. I get a lot of joy out of playing with those eyeshadow palettes, but I have so many in my collection that if I kept them and could use them, they would probably keep me going till the end of my days. So I want to be a lot more selective this year in the eyeshadow palettes that I purchase and add to my collection. I do not have the funds or the capacity to keep buying every new palette that comes out on the market. So I'm wanting to be a lot more thoughtful about the palettes that I truly love for me, rather than just purchasing a palette because it's the latest and the newest for doing a review on my channel. There are so many wonderful channels out there that do fantastic reviews. I love Mel Thompson the most, and I do have to say that she's probably the reason I spend so much money in my eyeshadow collection. Not by force at all, it's just that she is truly wonderful in doing reviews and making such beautiful eye looks with her gorgeous features that I am easily enticed when she reviews anything. But I think I don't need to do that. I'm not a Mel, and people can view channels like that if they want to see the latest and greatest in products. I'm wanting to pare down a little bit and only buy the products that I truly love myself. Now, unfortunately, that could mean there are a lot of neutral palettes that come my way. I'm not one that feels comfortable with bright pops of colour when it comes to eyeshadows. I like a more wearable, sophisticated, chic sort of look. So these bright, bold colours of magenta or purple, blues are not my thing. I have purchased last year, at the end of last year, the So Jaded collaboration with Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. That is perfect for my little fun of colour, as it has a lovely selection of colours in here if I'm wanting to play with colour. But I like them because they're not neon bright, they're colourful, but they're in a more muted, sophisticated kind of way. So I think I'm covered for colour. And then I also have the likes of my Fenty Beauty palette that has, you know, they're not out there colours, but there are a couple of pops of colour there. So I do have colour. I don't need to be purchasing other palettes that will mean spending money on a product that I'm not going to use. So that's eyeshadow palettes. I really don't need anything in the way of highlighters. I don't want to be tempted with highlighters and bronzers. I've got so many in my collection now that I really need to finish them up. So I'm going to try very hard to not purchase any of that sort of thing this year. What I will still be continuing my hunt for is, I love the idea of a perfect, or as perfect as can be, canvas. So I'm always going to be on the hunt for a better foundation. So I will play with foundations. The good thing about that is you can get samples if I can get them here in New Zealand. So playing with foundations, definitely powders, anything that can mean my complexion looks a heck of a lot better, I'm on board for and will still be purchasing this year. As far as skincare goes, I have been actively using up products within my collection. At one stage I had so many skincare items in my skincare tray that I really had to calendarize, if that's a word, on what nights I was going to use certain products because I had so much to use. I'm paring it right down this year to the basics but quality products, and I'm wanting to stick to the likes of cleansers, which I don't mind having several of because I go through them the most. Cleansers, an acid tone, hydrating essence or hydrating toner, vitamin C, a retinol product of some description for the evening, a moisturizer, sunscreens. I'm always going to be on the hunt for a sunscreen that I like to wear under my makeup, and then an added sort of, as I would say, an added product to my regime as a booster. I really like copper peptides, and at this stage I really enjoy the Neewer copper amino isolate serum, and I'm wanting to order the lipid cream as well because I believe that's a bit stronger, so I want to try that. But I'm really wanting to pare down my skincare to what I really need, good quality products, and also an eye cream in there. As I'm aging, I'm really quite worried about keeping my under eye hydrated. So I'm trying to keep my goal is to keep my skincare fairly basic. I will try different things out, but within those items, and hopefully I won't see too much detriment to my skin. I'm hoping that my skin will appreciate the fact that I'm sticking to some core items. Occasionally I still love my things like the ordinary AHA 30% peel and my Drunk Elephant baby Securi baby facial. I mean, they're extras that I would use once a week, but I don't want to keep adding lots of different extras in there. What I'm trying to say, I don't want to have so many bottles. I'm overwhelmed, so I'm really planning on cutting back and having a core skincare regime. By doing so, I'm hoping that I can use quality products and really take great care of my skin. Something else that I noticed a huge difference with over Christmas, I didn't use this item over Christmas, and I think with this item you notice a difference when you don't use it. And so for 3.5 weeks I hadn't used this, and I must admit, particularly when filming my videos and editing in the playback, I've noticed quite a difference that I hadn't been using this, and that is my NewFace device. This is a microcurrent device that you can use on a daily basis. It is used on your skin to help with anti-aging, and I had really noticed a difference that I had been missing this in my routine. So a very strong goal for 2020 is that I want to make sure that I use this on a daily basis and to improve the tone of my skin. I am going to do a video on this device, as somebody has asked that I do that. That will be coming very, very soon. I have the Trinity model. You can get a mini model which is a lot cheaper. The reason I went for the Trinity is that eventually I want to get the attachment. It comes with the attachment like this you see in the Trinity, whereas in the mini you only get a small version of this, and I want to buy the eye attachment to help with my eye area, as that is one of my major concerns of my aging. So NewFace, new goal to use it every day and to make time to do so. They are more or less my beauty goals for the year. I certainly don't need a lot of more makeup. I'm really going to try and pare back my purchases this year and only buy what really speaks to me, and I will share them with you. But a lot of my tutorial videos that are going to be coming up in the future are going to be revisiting eyeshadow palettes and makeup that I already have in my collection. So if there's any palette or anything that you would like to see that you may have in your collection, and because everything on YouTube is a lot of the new stuff that's coming out, if there is something that you would like to see that is a oldie but a goodie, please let me know down in the description box below, and if it is something that I do have in my collection, I would be more than happy to do a tutorial with that. Now in 2020 we've got quite a few changes within our family. We have got our daughter who's heading away next month for university in another city, so we're going to be quite quiet here in the household because she would be our chatterbox of the family, so things will be different there. A little bonus for me, which I'm looking forward to, is that in her bedroom whilst she's away I am going to set up a filming area so that I don't have to break down or drag tables out and rearrange my room every time I want to film. I am looking forward to be able to put a camera up again. I have not been able to do that since the old place that we were living in. I have to set up and break down every time I film a video, so to have everything sort of set up on a more permanent basis, even though it's whilst she's away travelling and when she comes back home I won't be using it, but hopefully I can bank up a couple of videos to get me through those holiday breaks. I'm really looking forward to that. But whilst I'm looking forward to that, I will also thoroughly enjoy her coming home and visiting us in the term breaks as well. On the professional horizon for myself, I think I will take up the charge of looking for another job this year. I've been a school secretary, well, I've worked in admin in schools for the past 20 years now, and I really would love to find something else that in the latter years of my working life that I could find something that just really spins my wheels. Now in saying that, the admin side to my job, okay, is just admin work and isn't that rewarding really when you've been doing it for so long. But the one part of my job that I have is my interaction with the kiddies. And there are times when I am in doubt as to whether I do want to change, because those children give me so much joy and so much pleasure with the interactions I have with them on a daily basis. They're really special, some of those kids, and they make my day. There's been plenty of time where we've sat around the dinner table and we've had a giggle about, you know, just the innocence of the kiddies and, you know, what spark they bring to your day. So that would be the one thing that I would miss the most about not working in a school again, is my interaction with the kiddies. I love having relationships with them and getting to know them, and I will miss that. But it would be really nice to find a job that is in you know, a girly sort of thing. I'd love to get something in beauty, but I have to be very mindful. I'm 53. I was very fortunate to get a job interview prior to Christmas for a job that I would have loved, and it was a sales rep for a company selling shoes to retail stores. Now, I would have absolutely have loved that. I obviously wasn't as qualified as some other candidates who applied for the job, but I was so super chuffed to have been given the opportunity for an interview, and it made me very confident that my CV is appealing enough. I have been getting a few interviews and I have turned a job down, and I'm waiting for the right job, but I think I will keep looking. So the reason I'm wanting to do that is that they say your 20 best or 20 last summers. I'm heading that way, that I want to be able to enjoy the last of my working life doing something that really brings me joy and that I really look forward to getting up for every day. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy going and meeting up with the kiddies and everything with my current job, but there were so many changes, emotional highs and lows, well, probably more lows last year with the turmoil of all the change, that for, you know, 6 months or so it wasn't the best environment, and I think that's what's put me in my mindset that finding a new job would be a good thing. As far as the fact that I mentioned in another video that I have this desire, I have this dream of a life more travelled. I'd love to be able to do a lot more travelling. My husband and I have discussed the fact that we have worked hard all of our lives. When we first got married, we both had 2 jobs each, so between us 4 jobs for the first 6 or 7 years of our marriage. It was tough, but it's what set us up for the future to be able to have children, etc. So in the next few years we are wanting to do a bit more travel, which I'm so excited about. We're having another trip to Hawaii this year. This year my daughter can't come because she'll be at university, but we're taking our son with us this time, so that will be lovely. And next year we're planning on hopefully doing a trip to the US. I'm really looking forward to that. My husband is the one that's super excited about that because he wants to, he's a bit of a petrol head. He was in 2005, I think it was, the world marathon jet boat champion. So he's a bit of a petrol head. We had a jet boat for many years that he raced, and for many years I was his co-pilot or navigator until we had children and they were going way too fast for my liking, and I ended up helping out with trailer crew. So he's been involved in motorsport through his jet boating, and he's really keen to go and see some motorsport and drag racing and things like that in the US. So we're going to go with our best friends that we went to Europe with, and we're going with them, so I'm so pleased. The boys can go off to their car racing all they like, and my buddy and I can hit the malls or do some sort of shopping or go and do girly things. But my ultimate goal is, hopefully in the not too distant years, I want to return to Europe and do another cruise. That was such a highlight of my life, and I want to see more of it, and so hopefully that's on the cards at some stage. So after the US trip though, it'll be back to the saving to organise that one. On my health front, I lost a lot of weight last year, year before, and I lost 12 kilos eating more healthily, and I had Dr. Libby Weaver as my guide and my mentor through the course that I did. I did a video on that. I will leave a link here or here, one or t'other. I will leave a link in the cards anyway of that journey that I had. I have backslid a little bit, especially over Christmas, and with the stresses prior to Christmas, and I have clawed a lot of that weight back, so I'm not feeling my healthiest or my best. So I'm on a path to regain that healthy living again and choosing the healthy options for my body, mind and soul. And I've started that with the last few weeks of my holidays, or last 2 weeks of my holidays, by attending every yin yoga class that's been going. So I've been doing 5 sessions a week, plus I've been doing some spin and other classes to just get my body revved up again and back on track. Now, the yin yoga has had a very positive effect on me, for the fact that I love it for its relaxation, and it's just balancing the whole of me, because I am quite an anxious person who gets wound up quite easily. And I also discovered at the end of last year, I'd been struggling with back pain for most of the year since April, thinking that I had back pain. I finally got to the bottom of it at the end of last year to discover that it actually is my right hip. So it's not my back. The pain is sort of in different areas, but it was centered around my hip. I struggle the most that I don't sleep through the night. I have the most pain at night whilst I'm trying to sleep. But since I've been really hammering the yoga in the last 2 weeks, I've had my first 2 nights pain-free sleeps. So I am going to make sure that if I can't attend yoga, I am going to try and at least practice at home, so that I can at least do yoga every second day to keep that flexibility. That is really important to me. I don't want the old adage of use it or lose it to bite me in the bum. I want to be more flexible. I want to be active. I struggle because I come from a family where it's very easily to put on the weight. It's the way our family has been. My mum, lovely mum, was a short, very large lady, and I've been fighting all my life to make sure that I try and stay as healthy as I can. I am heavier than I should be, but it's not just about the weight. It's about eating healthily, making sure I'm eating well to be the best I can be for myself, and to keep flexible and to keep moving. If I want to do these trips overseas, I need to be agile and able to move and not be a stiff old duck. So that's getting my eating back into track and trying to get my weight back down. Now the money, now what I'm wanting to do is I have been in the last couple of years probably focusing too much of my funds on my makeup and my wardrobe. I'm very lucky that I do tend to buy items in my wardrobe that I wear for many years. We have a site here in New Zealand called Trade Me, which is very similar to eBay, and I get quite a few designer items from that site at very affordable prices. But I find my footwear that I buy and the clothing that I buy staples, or most of my good choices are items that I can wear for many, many years, not just for 1 or 2 seasons. I'm wanting to really consolidate that thinking, and I plan on updating some of my core pieces in my wardrobe this year. There are some items that are not readily available to me here that I want to get my hands on, and I'm hoping to do that when I go to Hawaii this year. But I'm wanting to really establish back down to a good quality, smallish wardrobe that I get lots of wear out of. So that's my goal this year for my extra funds, rather than putting it into my makeup stash where I have plenty to keep me going anyway. So hopefully I can update you during the year on some of those purchases. And I think that is the bulk of everything I want to do this year, that I have planned for myself, that I hopefully stay on track, and at the end of 2020 I can reflect on this video and be proud that I have worked through the year and achieved what I wanted to at the beginning. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for letting me share my thoughts, my goals for this year. I would love to hear in the comments down below, what are your major goals for 2020? Do you have any, or is it not something that you plan out at the beginning of the year? But would love to know in the comments below what your goals and dreams are for this year. I would really love to read about them. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to see you back in my next video. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later, guys. Bye.